You might believe that chronic fatigue or a sudden change in blood pressure is just a normal part of getting older. But what if these are actually silent distress signals from the most hardworking yet undervalued organs in your body? There is a biological filter inside you that processes 200 liters of blood every single day. And for the vast majority of people, it degrades without a whisper until it's nearly too late. The difference between a vibrant second half of life and a future tethered to a dialysis machine often comes down to the microscopic choices made in the kitchen. Today, we are not just talking about drinking water. We are analyzing 7 specific fluid compounds that, according to nephrological research and nutritional science, may help preserve your glomerular filtration rate and shield your kidneys from the ravages of modern diets. This is not a magic cure, it is a strategic approach to renal longevity. Let's examine the data. Remember, these suggestions are for general wellness and prevention. If you have pre-existing conditions like chronic kidney disease or CKD, always consult your healthcare provider before incorporating them, as individual needs vary and some options could interact with medications or require dosage adjustments. Number 1. The oxidative stress fighter, apple juice. To understand our first contender, we must first understand the enemy of aging kidneys, oxidative stress. As we enter our 40s and 50s, the efficiency of our cellular repair mechanisms naturally slows down. This leaves the kidneys vulnerable to damage from free radicals. This is where apple juice enters the conversation, but not just any apple juice. We are looking at the bioavailability of phytochemicals. Research published in nutritional journals, such as a study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, suggests that the flavonoids found in apples may help neutralize these radicals before they can scar kidney tissue. Furthermore, the presence of pectin, a soluble fiber, plays a secondary but crucial role. It supports the excretion of toxins via the digestive tract, essentially lightening the workload for the kidneys. Think of it as outsourcing the heavy lifting. However, a critical distinction must be made. Commercial clarified juices are often stripped of these beneficial compounds and loaded with high fructose corn syrup, a driver of diabetes, which is the leading cause of kidney failure. The strategic choice here is cloudy organic juice, or better yet, homemade juice that retains some sediment. Retention check. If you are pre-diabetic, does the sugar in fruit juice pose a risk? It's a valid concern. Stay with us, as later on we will discuss a specific green juice that actually helps stabilize blood sugar while flushing toxins. For those with CKD, monitor sugar intake closely with your doctor. Number 2, the bacterial shield, cranberry juice. Moving down the list, we encounter a berry that has moved beyond folklore and into the realm of medical recommendation, cranberry juice. For the middle-aged demographic, particularly women, urinary tract infections, or UTIs, are not just an annoyance, they are a threat to kidney integrity. A recurring infection can ascend to the kidneys, causing pyelonephritis, a type of kidney infection that leaves permanent scars. Scar tissue does not filter blood. Once that capacity is lost, it's gone forever. The mechanism here is fascinating. It's not about killing bacteria, it's about mechanical prevention. Cranberries contain proanthocyanidins, or PACs. These compounds modify the surface of the bacteria, specifically E. coli, preventing them from adhering to the urinary tract walls. If they can't stick, they can't infect. Evidence from meta-analyses, like those in the Archives of Internal Medicine, supports that regular consumption can reduce UTI risk by 20 to 50% in susceptible populations. From the clinical perspective, this is preventative maintenance. However, the market is flooded with cranberry cocktail beverages that are essentially red sugar water. To reap the renal benefits without spiking your insulin, the recommendation is strictly 100% pure, unsweetened cranberry juice. It's tart, yes, but that tartness is the taste of potency. If the taste is too intense, dilution is key. But what if your primary concern isn't infection, but the formation of painful stones? The next drink might be the solution you've been looking for. If you have advanced CKD, check with your physician about potassium levels in this juice. Number 3, the stone breaker, lemon juice. Kidney stones are often described by patients as pain comparable to childbirth. As we age, our hydration habits often slip and our urine becomes more concentrated, creating the perfect environment for calcium oxalate stones to form. Enter lemon juice. The active agent here is citrate. In the world of urology, citrate is often referred to as a stone inhibitor. It works through a chemical process that prevents calcium from binding with other constituents. Essentially, it keeps the minerals in your urine soluble, allowing them to pass harmlessly rather than crystallizing into stones. A study involving patients with a history of recurrent stones, published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, showed that consistent lemonade therapy using real lemon juice significantly decreased the rate of new stone formation. Incorporating this is simple: the juice of half a lemon in warm water first thing in the morning. Not only does this provide citrate, but the warm water also stimulates peristalsis, waking up your digestive system. But here's a cliffhanger. While lemon is powerful, it's highly acidic and can be tough on tooth enamel or sensitive stomachs. Is there a gentler, perhaps even more effective citrus alternative for those with sensitive systems? The answer lies in its green cousin. For CKD patients, citrate sources should be discussed with your doctor to avoid any electrolyte imbalances. Number 4, the low-potassium alternative, lime juice. Often overshadowed by the lemon, lime juice deserves a prominent place in the renal diet. While it shares the high citrate profile of lemons, continuing the fight against kidney stones, it offers a slightly different mineral composition that may be preferable for certain individuals. For those in the advanced stages of chronic kidney disease, potassium management becomes a matter of life and death. When kidneys fail, they cannot filter excess potassium, leading to heart arrhythmias. Limes generally contain slightly less potassium than other citrus counterparts, making them a safer flavor enhancer for those on strict renal diets, as noted in resources from the National Kidney Foundation. Furthermore, as we age, blood pressure management becomes paramount. High sodium intake is the enemy. Lime juice offers a burst of flavor that can trick the palate, allowing you to reduce salt in your cooking without sacrificing taste. This indirect benefit, lowering sodium intake, is arguably one of the most protective actions you can take for your kidneys. Quick question for you. Have you ever tried substituting salt with citrus in your cooking? How did it impact your blood pressure readings? Share your experience in the comments below. Your insight helps our community learn. Always prioritize medical advice if you have CKD or hypertension.
Number 5, the hemodynamic regulator, celery juice. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, hypertension. High blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure globally. It forces the kidneys to filter blood under high stress, eventually damaging the delicate nephrons. This brings us to celery juice. While trendy on social media, we are interested in the pharmacology. Celery contains phytochemicals known as phthalates. Research suggests these compounds may relax the tissues of the artery walls, allowing blood vessels to dilate, as explored in studies from the Journal of Medicinal Food. Lower resistance in the blood vessels means less pressure on the kidneys. It is a hemodynamic benefit. Additionally, celery is a natural diuretic, but unlike harsh pharmaceutical water pills that strip the body of electrolytes, celery provides a balance of potassium and sodium salts that aids in fluid regulation. However, a note of caution for our audience on blood thinners like warfarin. Celery is rich in vitamin K, which promotes clotting. Always consult your physician before adding concentrated sources of vitamin K to your regimen. For those with CKD, the diuretic effect should be monitored to prevent dehydration. Number 6, the cellular hydrator, cucumber juice. We often hear drink more water, but as we age, cellular hydration, getting water into the cells, becomes more difficult. Cucumber juice is 96% water, but it delivers that water in a matrix of minerals and electrolytes. Beyond simple hydration, cucumbers are believed to aid in the elimination of uric acid. High uric acid levels are not only associated with gout, a painful condition common in middle age, but also with kidney stones and renal damage, according to nutritional reviews in journals like Nutrients. Furthermore, cucumbers are a source of silica. While often touted for skin health, silica plays a role in the integrity of connective tissues. Healthy tissue structure is vital for the kidneys to maintain their shape and function over decades of service. For a refreshing, kidney-friendly tonic, consider blending cucumber with a hint of mint. It is low in sugar, high in hydration volume, and acts as a gentle, natural diuretic to reduce edema, swelling in the ankles and legs, a common symptom of sluggish kidney function. If you have CKD, ensure this fits your fluid restrictions. Number 7. The anti-inflammatory agent, pineapple juice. Finally, we arrive at a tropical heavyweight, pineapple juice. The value proposition here centers on a specific enzyme complex called bromelain. Chronic systemic inflammation is a silent driver of CKD progression. When the body is constantly inflamed, the kidneys are under siege. Bromelain has been studied for its potent anti-inflammatory properties, potentially helping to modulate the immune response and reduce the inflammatory load on the renal system, as indicated in research from phytotherapy research. However, we must apply our analytical filter here. Pineapple is higher in natural sugars and potassium than the other vegetables we've discussed. Therefore, this is not a drink to consume in large 16-ounce tumblers. Think of pineapple juice as a medicinal shot, 4 ounces, perhaps mixed with water or the cucumber juice we just mentioned. This provides the enzymatic benefits of bromelain without overloading the glycemic load. It's about dosage and balance. For CKD patients, potassium content makes this a limited option. Consult your doctor. The detox myth and final verdict. Before we conclude, we must address a dangerous misconception prevalent in the wellness industry, the kidney detox. Please listen closely. Your kidneys are the detox organs. They do not need to be cleansed by aggressive fasting, strange herbal concoctions, or excessive fluid loading. In fact, for those with compromised kidney function, flushing the system with gallons of water can lead to hyponatremia, a life-threatening dilution of sodium in the blood. The goal is not to shock the kidneys into health, but to support them with consistent, gentle inputs. The renal diet and approaches like the DASH diet are about playing the long game. From the bacterial protection of cranberries to the stone-fighting power of lemons and the anti-inflammatory enzymes of pineapple, these 7 drinks represent a toolkit for longevity. They are tools, not miracles. Your kidneys have worked tirelessly for you every second of your life. The best way to say thank you is to integrate these protective fluids into a balanced, low-sodium lifestyle. Here's what you can do right now. Don't try to start all 7 tomorrow. Pick one. Maybe it's the morning lemon water. Maybe it's swapping your afternoon soda for cucumber juice. Commit to that one change for 14 days and observe how your body responds. Time does not wait, and neither should your health. I'll see you there.